Hi guys, and welcome back to Honest Pop Culture Reviews. You might be wondering to yourself right now, is Jackie completely crazy? Because Scream 3 is not based on a real story or a true incident or anything like that. And partially you'd be correct, but mostly you're wrong. So today, we're going to review how Scream 3 is actually based on a true story. Welcome back to Honest Pop Culture Reviews. I'm your host, Jackie K. Welcome to a more sit-down setting. We're not reviewing a top 5 today. We're going to be reviewing the actual truth behind Scream 3 while I sit my ass down and use an actual microphone. So, let's get into it, huh? Scream 3 came out in the year 2000. That is now 20 years ago. Holy shit. Is that right? Oh my god. Oh guys, that hurt. That hurt right there. Okay, anyways, Scream 3 came out in the year 2000. And it is 2020 now, 20 years after the fact. And Harvey Weinstein is finally fucking found guilty for his countless assaults on women humanity. This motherfucker. Scream 3 isn't based on the overall murders or the fact that in the trilogy there's always something bigger, right? You look back and there's something you misplaced in the first film that you never knew. It's Godfather, it's Star Wars, something's there, and to quote my main man Randy, all bets are off. That's not it. Spoilers moving ahead. Maureen Prescott, Sydney Prescott's mother, went to Hollywood to try to become a starlet before she married Sydney's father, Mr. Prescott, because I can't recall his name right now. And while she's there, she starred in a few Milton, I believe his Milton heyday films of shitty horror films, and Maureen Prescott was Rena Reynolds in Hollywood. And to try to get her start in Hollywood, she went to Milton's heyday parties where they literally fucked her 3 ways until Sunday. Yes.
Here it is. The man who gave away your mother's innocence, huh? What he did to her made her a slut, didn't it? Huh? She never recovered from that night right here in this room. They fucked her 3 ways from Sunday. Ruined her life. Ruined yours too, didn't it, Sid?
Yes. She got pregnant from the many different men raping her and then decided to give the child up. She wanted nothing to do with him, and he stayed back in California, the child, and he is also the reason he directed Bill and Stu into murdering Maureen Prescott for abandoning him. That is the overarching theme there. That's not the true story, but the idea behind Maureen getting fucked 3 ways from Sunday in one of Milton's shitty, shady watch rooms, reeler rooms, is the real story. There is actually a point in the film where Carrie Fisher plays her doppelganger. Literally, Carrie Fisher, as an actress, is playing a doppelganger of herself and saying she didn't get the role of Princess Leia because she didn't fuck George Lucas to get the part like Carrie Fisher did. They're literally coming straight out and saying, hey, these shitty things are happening in Hollywood and nobody took notice of it. And now, 20 years later, hi, hello, I realize it so much. Kevin Williamson, the original screenwriter of Scream 3. Hi, I hear you, and I realize that Scream 3 was based on a true story. And if you ever hear this someday, man, that movie deserves so much more street cred than it should have ever not gotten. I mean, the fact that the Scream films, the original one is produced by Weinstein Company, I believe, but then the sequels are produced by Dimension Films, which is a subsidiary of the Weinstein Company. So you literally have a male writer writing out this story of Weinstein being a human bag of shit to women. And nobody fucking noticed. Nobody realized that Scream 3 was based on a true story. But I'm here to break it down for you. Here are all the scenes back to back of men expecting female actresses to put out. There's a few of them, so buckle up.
Scaring you? Ha!
Give the sweet young ingenue actor rest.
You're drunk.
I'm coping. I bet she fought and clawed for that Sydney part. I bet she stepped on any poor girl that got in her way.
So you asked her out and she said no?
There's nothing to do with it.
Right.
Hey, are you...
No.
But you look just...
Like her? I've been hearing it all my life.
It's uncanny.
I was up for Princess Leia. I was this close. So who gets it? The one who sleeps with George Lucas.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up a sore subject for you.
Sure you didn't. None of them did. So how can I help you? Or do you want me to tell you who you look like?
You know what you look like without makeup, Jennifer.
Stop pretending I wasn't the best you've ever had.
Oh, stop pretending I even remember.
Stop pretending!
The secret passage. Roman's dead.
What?
The killer's here.
What?
Come on.
What? Go! I'm getting out of here! Angelina, you're not safe alone! Listen to me! I did not fuck that pig Milton to get a leading role just to die here with second-rate celebrities like you two!
Yeah, guys. Yeah, all those are real scenes. Imagine them 20 years ago when nobody realized that Harvey Weinstein was a fucking huge piece of shit. Here we go, guys. The most important scene of all of Scream 3 is when you have Courtney Cox and David Arquette and Parker Posey confront Milton in his studio about what happened to Maureen Prescott, who was once Rena Reynolds when she was in Hollywood. Let's take a look at that scene right here. Mm-hmm.
It was in the 70s. Everything was different. I was well known for my parties. Rena knew what they were. It was for girls like her to meet men. Men who could get them parts if they made the right impression. Nothing happened to her that she didn't invite in one way or another, no matter what she said afterwards.
Are you saying
I'm saying things got out of hand. Maybe they did take advantage of her. You know, maybe the sad truth is, this is not the city for innocence. No charges were brought. And the bottom line is, Rena Reynolds wouldn't play by the rules. You want to get ahead in Hollywood? You gotta play the game, or go home.
Yeah, it doesn't hold over too well anymore these days, does it? I wonder, this stuff has been happening for the last 30, 40 years. I wonder if there is a serial killer out there that was abandoned by his mother, who then went on to direct high school students into killing said mother who abandoned him. That'd be pretty fucked up, but just another man being a man, I guess, right? I only say that because the majority of serial killers today are white men, but that's another statistic to examine another day. I know this video was a little different, guys. I just wanted to get the word out there that Scream 3 is actually based on a true story, and that Harvey Weinstein was literally getting called out for all of the shitty things he was doing 20 years ago by a male writer, and nobody fucking listened to him, and everybody thought Scream 3 was the worst film of the entire trilogy for a really long ass time. But I think that's technically Scream 2. I mean, if we want to go into my favorites, it's Scream, Scream 4, Scream 3, and Scream 2. And then Scary Movie, because that should be included, right? Right? Anyways, so there's one last thing I want to talk about with Scream 3 before I close out today's video, and that is the fact that it almost wasn't Scream 3. Originally, Kevin Williamson had this great trilogy planned out where something has revealed that you might have glossed over in the original first film, something that you didn't realize, a game changer. All bets are off, as Randy would say, my main man, who then said even Sydney Prescott could die. And then ironically, none of the main three actually died, so that was a little bit of a disappointment, but I am still very happy that I have all of those main characters in my life, so no qualms there. Anyways, the original story was supposed to be Stu, Matthew Lillard's character from the very first film, pulling the strings with some crazy fanatic on the outside, then killing all of those people. That was supposed to be the big ending, the big reveal that Stu was still alive 2 films later and trying to kill Sydney Prescott from behind bars. The studio then said, no, with Columbine happening and the school shootings, all very, very sad things actually happening in the real world, we said, no, we're gonna pull back from the whole horror murdery vibe that was apparently really prevalent in the third film, the script of the third film that was never made. That was, I don't know. And then Kevin Williamson said, all right, you're gonna fuck over my movie, I'm gonna fuck over your entire goddamn studio. And he pretty much did that. He raked the studio over, saying, you're doing all these really shitty things, I'm gonna write about it. And I gotta tell you, Kevin Williamson, brava, man. Dude, you could have not done anything better. People often say Scream 3 is a terrible film. I disagree wholeheartedly. It is a standalone film now. You could literally watch Scream 3 by itself and see how much of a horror film it is for all of those poor women for the last 40, 30, 20, 10 years ago. Had it while trying to get their careers launched. I'm just really glad that Harvey Weinstein is now being convicted guilty and going to see 5 to 25 years in prison. But personally, I think he should be in prison for life at this point because he has coerced hundreds of women into doing just despicable things to try to advance their career. It is not the town of innocence, as Milton has said in Scream 3. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want more content like this about how horror movies are based on true stories, whether you like it or not, holler at your girl. I'm here for it. I can talk all day about Scream 3 and how it's based on a true story. Probably talking around in circles right now, but that's okay because I didn't script this. So this has been Honest Pop Culture Reviews. Scream 3 is based on a true story. Please like this video, subscribe, comment below. Tell me if you realized that Scream 3 was based on a true story before the Harvey Weinstein thing came out, or before you even watched this video. Did you realize it? I didn't until Harvey Weinstein came out. But Scream 3 is a beautiful film now. I've been your host, Jackie K, keeping pop culture honest. Kevin Williamson, you're a sly bastard. And if you're the only person to ever watch this video, props, man. I'm here for you. And I just wish more people would realize that Scream 3 was based on a true story.